everyone, and welcome to episode 70 of Gamestack podcast. I am Shaline, and joining us today are my constant hosts, Vendertron. Hello, how are you doing?
Constant.
It's all I
Yeah.
could come up with. I'm
That felt like
sorry.
it hurt.
I panicked.
I'm sorry that I'm so constant.
Let's see. The grandiloquent and wonderful Vendertron.
We just call you
Welcome,
constant.
sir. Welcome, sir or madam.
And the stupendous and sensational Rick McVick.
I'll just go by Constantinople.
Constantinople?
Constantinople.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
It's been a disaster. I'm sorry. We apologize to the people live for being
No,
a
we
little
don't.
late.
Nope.
I do. You don't have to if you don't want
I
to.
don't.
That's fine.
Don't apologize.
Nothing.
Don't explain.
Okay.
We have nothing to apologize for.
Everything went exactly according to plan, just the way that we expected it to.
Actually, that's pretty true.
Yep.
Indeed. So, guys,
Yeah.
how you doing? How's your week? How you been?
It's been a little bit crazy. It's been kind of a garbage week. The last couple weeks actually, which is why I haven't gone on the show, dealing with a lot of work stuff and things. So, but I'm glad to be back with you fine people. So.
Lovely. We're glad to see you. We've missed you. And Rick, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you?
I
One
am.
more okay. One more okay, and I won't believe you.
It was a tough week. It's been a series of tough weeks. I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to the show a bunch.
August has been like 2020 concentrated.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of crap went down this month, and I'm glad it's over. I'm ready for September, even though cold weather is coming.
Oh, I'm not ready for that. Not ready at all.
We don't talk about it. Maybe if we don't talk about it, it won't happen. Who knows?
I think that's how it works. Yeah.
Give it
That's-
20 years and it won't.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, that hurts a little too, though. Oh.
Yeah. But no, August. You almost can't even say it's been a weird month or a weird year because like everyone's just kind of like, yeah.
The whole thing. We're like desensitized now. It's like a whole glacier shelf the size of North America fell off in Antarctica, and we're all like, "You want to get some Starbucks?"
Well, with our masks on, it's like, you want to get some Starbucks?
Yeah.
Dude, today I was sucking in my mask, like it was sticking to my nose because of like I was talking so much, the moisture just made it stick to my face. And I was like, I can't wait till this person talking to me leaves so I can take this thing off.
Yeah. I got sworn at by a lady who didn't want to wear her mask for the first time since quarantine. So.
I mean, the
Yeah.
best part of wearing a mask is that I can make faces at people that I don't
Yes!
like in public, and they have no idea.
Exactly. My favorite thing is that when my boss comes in my office and starts to just talk, he can't see the look on my face. He can't see what's happening here. So, it's wonderful.
It's so good.
I have to be
Yeah.
more expressive with my eyes. It's been a while since I've had expressive. To Starbucks we go.
Expressive. A double shot.
I love you guys. I really missed you. We apologize, guys, for skipping an episode of Gamestack. I needed a break. Sorry for that. But we are back, and as always, if you are joining us live, please give us a host on Twitch. If you are not watching us live, we love you too. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your grandma's friends, and share the show. Word of mouth is probably the best advertising method for a podcast. I mean, with no budget anyway, and we have no budget. There might be better ways with budget, but what we have is you guys. We don't have money. We have y'all. So please spread the word.
There's
Share
no
our
money left.
podcast. Speaking of y'all, some of you have joined the Discord recently. Vendor, would you like to introduce our new Discordians?
Of course I would. We would like to welcome Simply Smitty, Dr. Mulder, and Mortus Barvolus to the Discord. And if you guys would like to join the Discord, it's quite a simple task. All you need to do is scroll down right below Rick there, and there's a Discord link. If you're listening live right now on Twitch, you can join the Discord, which is, as we like to call, the chat after dark. Very fun. Today was filled with cats per usual. I have to sneeze. It's it's
There were a lot of cats. There were also
gone.
puppies.
It's gone.
I hate that.
Damn it.
I
That's
hate
the
that.
worst.
It is.
Yes.
It's like high school all over again.
It was filled with cats. So, I mean, obviously, that's pretty self explanatory for how the week went. But also, there's the Flight Sim channel has been quite active. As you guys know, Microsoft Flight Simulator released on August 18th. So, the community is very active there. So, yeah, check it out.
Lovely. I feel like the amount of cats on the server is directly proportional to everybody's mental health. Like
Yep.
like it's an inverse. As the mental health declines, the number of cats in the Discord climbs.
So, what you're saying next year, people are going to be like, what happened to all the cats? There used to be so many cats.
Be like,
Yeah, I don't
we're
think
better.
that's-
We're doing better.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case.
I mean, we can hope. We can hope.
Oh man, let me give you
Yeah.
guys a quick update on our Discord stats, so you have an idea of what we're. Oh no, except I forgot my login.
Uh-oh.
So, while you're doing that,
Got it.
Okay,
Got
good
it.
deal.
Got it.
I was trying to vamp.
No, so we've had quite a few people. So far we've broken 400.
Ooh.
We have 414 members in the Discord community. Particularly in the last week, we have gained quite a few people, about a dozen or so people within the last week. Yeah, messages are up. We're averaging around 100 messages. Although, Shaline, you are no longer in the top spot.
Yes!
Number of
Oh
messages.
no.
Yes! Who has dethroned me?
You have been dethroned to second place. The person taking the top spot for top messages in the Discord is Wasteland Baker.
Whoa.
Yay, Wasteland Baker! Thank you. I'm really glad that you took this onus from my shoulders.
And RTZ13 has taken spot number 3 right behind you, Shaline.
Lovely.
And our top channels, our busiest channels, as always, Fallout 76, the lobby, and it's also nice to see that COVID-19 has slipped into that third spot. People have been talking a lot about their experiences in their communities and sharing ideas and sharing knowledge, so it's been really great. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And as we know, knowledge is power.
Yes. I think so. I mean, they tell you that, and then you go into grad school, and it's not the case. You gain knowledge, but it's like an inverse relationship. The more knowledge you have, the less power you have. Oh man.
I really have missed you guys.
Unless you're an electrician.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
And
Yeah, so the
technically, wouldn't current be
Discord's been
power?
super active. We also have I can share the link for the Discord stats. This is open to the public. I'll throw that in the Twitch chat for you guys.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you. And well, we have a show today. We're going to get to that eventually. We have some news, including the new releases and free stuff for the month of September. We have some gameplay stories, and I believe that's about it. We may have a special discussion segment, and we may not. We'll see how it goes. But to begin, we have the news. As always, shout out to Joseph Tao. We really appreciate your help, as always. You're a very important part of this show. This just in. Rick, why don't you tell us about the new releases for September? This is one of my favorite segments.
Yeah, it's been a lackluster year, kind of on the game front. Most months have not seen the amount of product being pushed. So that's kind of a bummer, but hopefully September will be one to remember. And we start off on September 1st, and a lot of stuff on September 1st, actually, with Airy. Think of like a vinyl record scratch, like Airy, and The Secret of Seasons, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. Also, Crusader Kings 3. Get your King Richard on. PC comes out September 1st. Hitman comes out on the Stadia, and Hitman 2 also comes out on the Stadia. And Iron Harvest comes out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Those are all available September 1st. On September 3rd, you can get WRC, which I believe is World Rallycross 9 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. On September 4th, you can get Doraemon. Doraemon. So it's like Damon and Dora put together. So Dora, I suppose, turns into a demon. Anyway, Doraemon: Story of Seasons on PlayStation 4. And also Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC. As well as NBA 2K21, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One as well. Is it just the same thing reskinned? I'm assuming again from 2K20 to 2K21. 2K21 hasn't even happened yet.
2K20.
I don't
like
know,
NBA 2K20.
man. Like, and there wasn't even NBA this year. Like, I don't.
You just start
NBA
the
is
campaign,
basketball,
it's like,
right?
"Win."
Yes.
That's basketball. Okay.
Yeah, we're National Broadcast Association.
Couldn't care less about sports. For a minute there,
How-
I thought it was football, but that's okay.
The National Ball Association.
Yeah, it's one of the balls. It's one of them. It's the one with the
how-
ball.
Is it the round one or the one like an egg? I don't.
Laces out, Dan. Laces out.
Great Fall of Troy song. Anyway, the most important game, the most defining game that comes out in September is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on September 4th, and I will be getting that because I want to relive my teen years.
I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on PS Vita for like 2 days solid, and then never touched it again. It's a great time. Yeah.
They updated the soundtrack. It's going to have some of the old classics, such as Pin the Tail and the Donkey, and Cyclone, and I think Jared was a race car driver.
You should stream that, Rick.
It'd be fun.
You should
Gosh, that
stream
game
it.
is so good. So yeah, that's coming out September 4th. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on September 8th.
A lot of
As
people
well
are
as-
really excited about that one.
What is it?
The original game came out on the 360 and PS3, Kingdoms of Amalur, and I played it. It was good. The gameplay was really smooth. It looked great. The story was garbage. Like, it was so dull, and the voice acting was bad. Like, it was. So I played it while playing an audiobook. I just turned the sound off and played an audiobook and pretended that was the story, and it was great. It was really enjoyable. But it's a very, very fondly remembered game, and a lot of people are looking forward to revisiting it.
Well, good.
Okay.
That comes out September 8th. Akuno Ka Madness. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC also on September 8th. And Star Renegades, PC, September 8th. On September 9th, you get the Outer Worlds, Peril on Gorgon DLC. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. That's coming out. So if you enjoyed the Outer Worlds or even got through it, this is probably going to be something you should check out. I wonder if we have prices on that yet. $20? Thinking $20?
No idea. I can do a Google.
Knowing Obsidian,
haven't-
it will be a reasonable price that everybody is happy with.
$14.99.
Mhm.
I haven't even seen anything about it.
Me neither. I haven't even seen a trailer. Then again, I never finished Outer Worlds. which kinda
$15,
makes me sad.
and if you buy the 2-part expansion pass, it's $25.
See,
What did I say?
$14.99.
$14.99. Are you out of your mind?
That's perfect. Um, anyway, Bounty Battle on September 10th. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and the PC. On September 15th, you get eFootball PES 2021. I don't know if that's actually football or soccer.
I think
So,
soccer. Because
I don't know.
it doesn't PES, isn't that like Pro Evolution Soccer?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC. And Spelunky 2 comes out on September 15th as well. That's what I would put my money on playing. PlayStation 4 and PC. On September 18th, you get WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Apparently,
Wow,
2000 Battlegrounds.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch.
Is
and
that
the
one?
PCs.
Is that one basketball?
Figure skating. That one's figure skating.
Oh.
Why are there no figure skating games? I love figure skating. I would play the heck out of a figure skating game.
Aren't some of you can figure skate in some of the Olympic games?
Can you?
That's a good point,
I feel like I
Shaline.
need to investigate this. I would love a figure skating game.
Wow. You can have fun with that. Because.
Rick, just never mind.
Oh, yeah, you've pulled a trick. I mean, what's the difference between skateboarding and figure skating? Like, nothing. So just play Tony Hawk's. It's completely the same.
Pardon me?
It's the same. Moving on. Hello Neighbor comes out on the Stadia on September 20th.
That's like saying, why drive a car when you can just
Fly a bike. Right, I know.
Now I think that you should stream Tony Hawk while wearing the a figure skating
A
outfit.
tutu.
Yes.
Refuse to sink. Do you please tell me you drink out of that while playing Sea of Thieves?
Yes. You know what? The other side has this.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't
Oh,
realize
that's
it was the
great.
same
Let's
mug.
get cracking.
Hey,
And it has a
ironically,
tentacle for the handle.
I like that.
Yeah, it's my Sea of Thieves mug, which has morphed into my everyday coffee mug. Nobody touch this mug because it's mine, and I'll kill you if you touch it. So,
All right, where was I? Hello Neighbor
Holy
Stadia,
tangents.
September 20th. Read review. Did he give reviews to these?
No.
Anyway.
read review. We'll just delete that.
That
part.
may be a personal note to himself to read the review.
Oh,
See how it is? I don't know.
turning into the reading too much on the teleprompter. Anywho's, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. PlayStation 4 on September 22nd.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah, Aegis Rim. Unrailed. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on September 23rd. And then Going Under. Man, we have like 3 kind of sleazy sounding games. Aegis Rim,
Going
Unrailed, and Going Under. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on September 24th. Then you have Little Big Workshop. I'm assuming this is related to... No, it's not, because it's coming out on the Xbox One. I thought it was like Little Big Planet or something.
It's the same creators.
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
I think it's
That's
the same
yeah.
developers, yeah. Because
'Cause-
Little Big Workshop and Little Big Planet are Sony exclusives, aren't they?
That's why it was confusing.
But I think
'cause
they're
it's
being ported to Xbox now.
weird. Okay, well that's cool. They're great games. Did you guys ever play Little Big Planet?
I played
Yeah.
some Little Big Planet 2 and enjoyed it. It was fun.
I could be
Um,
mistaken on that, but that is just my
I mean, it's,
uneducated opinion.
I would imagine Little Big Workshop had something to do with Little Big Planet. I was just surprised to see it on the Xbox One. So maybe Sony. Is
Yeah, I
playing-
feel like they're not related.
We should
Hmm.
start a
Wait, we have
podcast
Google
called Little
here.
Big Podcast.
Little Big Workshop. And it is nothing at all to do with Little Big Planet.
Wow, I really had you guys going, didn't I?
You did.
You all believe
It-
me, you suckers.
Yeah,
I
but
even
you-
believed myself for a minute
I was
there.
gonna say you didn't even know. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not going to bother. So then we have Serious Sam 4 on the Stadia and PC on September 24th, along with Tears of Avia. Xbox One and PC. On September 25th, you have Bullet Age, and the second most defining game coming out in September is Mafia: Definitive Edition, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia PC on September 25th. That's a game I want.
It looks really
I want it.
good. This looks like a good
I want it.
remaster.
So I
Mafia?
liked Mafia 1.
Oh yeah. I seen some trailers for this, and it looks really good. I kind of want to play it with my wheel.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I think it'd be
But
a
then
lot of fun.
is there a problem because like when you get out of the car, is there a problem to
Then your
switch to
mouse and
normal
keyboard.
controls? Okay.
Your mouse and keyboard.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I could probably keybind it because there's a bunch of keys on the steering wheel, but
I like the idea of you walking around using the
well, we've always joked about me keybinding the steering wheel to my horse in Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, wonderful.
So like I put a blinker on and like the ear twitches.
I love
game
it.
is so detailed. So that comes out September 25th, along with Port Royal 4, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And the last game to come out in September is on the 25th, and that is Troll Hunters: Defenders of Arcadia. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Arcadia seems to be a country that gets invaded or destroyed or needs defended a lot through various different games. I feel bad for whomever lives there. But did you guys have you guys ever seen the movie Troll Hunters?
No.
No.
It's so good. It's really good.
Tell me more about it.
Well, there's a bunch of teens who believe this conspiracy theory that the government is hiding trolls, and we're not talking about like wee little like poofy hair like under troll braid. Like these
Like you
things
shake
are
them and their
gigantic.
hair goes poof.
Yeah, these are biggins, like big, right? And so they go on. It's kind of like a Blair Witchy thing where they use a camera and they go onto land and they find these trolls and stuff like that. But it's a weird indie movie that was on Netflix for a while, and it was actually really good.
Wow.
Probably like 9 years ago it was made. It's really good.
okay.
I would check it out. But in case you don't want to spend any moolah on those games, there's some free games coming your way in September. And on the PlayStation Plus, if you got it, you can get PUBG and Street Fighter 5 from September 1st to October the 5th. So there you go.
Sometimes
On
I really miss PUBG.
And then I play it, and then I remember why I stopped.
I forgot that existed ever. You just reminded me.
I mean, it's a totally different game now at this point. It's a totally different game than what it was when we were super into it. But I kind of miss those days. They were good days.
They were good days. Getting shot in the pan.
Yes. Shot in the
Well,
pan.
I mean, I'm happy to report that after we stopped playing PUBG, I stopped having hypertension. So that was a positive.
Wow. Yeah, that game. I played it like months ago. Like I was like, I'll give it a shot. Like cheaters and just everyone who's in it is amazing, and it was just like done.
No.
I'll stick to Nuclear Winter or Warzone at times, but
But it's not even that good. The mechanics in PUBG
no,
are
it's
terrible.
so clunky.
Well, they were never good. That was never the
No.
joy of PUBG.
No, it's not.
I don't. They kind of lost me when you could no longer find clothes on the ground. That was the beginning of the end.
I don't know. They lost me when they put a gun in my hand. That was it.
Oh,
You're the
whatever.
sort of
We
thing.
had months of joy playing
Me
PUBG.
too. And you're the funniest person like with that because you're like, ugh, I hate shooters. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Like I just
It's
don't
not
like
true.
shooters.
It
Headshot,
is
headshot,
true.
headshot.
It is true. You're incredible at shooters.
Oh,
Like
crazy.
if it was if like we ever were together in like a IRL zombie survival, you'd be like the one who didn't want to touch the gun. I didn't want to deal with the gun, but like when you finally picked it up, you just headshot.
Pick it up with my feet
everything.
and kill 5
And
people.
we're all like, what took you so long?
Meanwhile, Rick and I are
You're
all
John Wick.
exhausted and beat up from barely scraping by. So good. So good.
Yeah. someone's asking me about Warzone in chat. I actually had to uninstall Warzone to free up some disk space because I think it has just crested 200 gigabytes of
That
install
is
space, which is
ludicrous.
doofy. Somebody posted an image of the new physical edition of Call of Duty Cold War, and it was just like the logo plastered onto a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's like that's what the physical edition is. um, so yeah, so that's on the PlayStation PS Plus. Xbox games with gold for September gives you Tom Clancy's The Division, September 1st through the 30th. Unwritten Tales 2, September 16th through October 15th. Diblob 2, September 1st through the 15th. And Armed and Dangerous, September 16th through the 30th. If you don't have Tom Clancy's The Division, I recommend that you get it. It is a very fun game. If you just want a clear-cut Christmas shooter of good guy versus bad guy and live out your die-hard fantasies, The Division is for you. Do it.
I love The
Amazon
Division.
Prime.
We had
It's
so
so
much
good.
fun.
I know. I miss playing Division
I miss
2.
those days as well.
Amazon Prime Gaming, 5 free games this September. You get Autonauts, Pumped BMX Pro, Effie, Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, Outcast: Second Contact, Trooper Brook, which starts on September 4th, and Tempest starting on September 18th. So those.
Oh, for free.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Freezies.
Have you guys
so those
played
are the free games.
Autonauts? Is it
No.
fun?
I've never heard of it.
I think it's like a resource gathering farming thing. All I know is that there's adorable robots in it, so naturally I'm all over that.
Nice. Those are all the games coming out in September and that are free to grab.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, Rick, for walking us through the new releases and the quote-unquote free games for September. There are more things coming up, though. Gamescom happened this week, and there were some announcements on the opening night show, so I thought we could just roll through some of these. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War trailer was revealed. It's a thing. Did you guys see that?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I love Cold War era stuff. And with the last Call of Duty campaign being actually really good, I'm a little upset they haven't like kind of built upon that. But I'm hoping that Call of Duty Black Ops with Treyarch really pour a lot of effort into the campaign. They have an opportunity to make a really good campaign, and they really I think if they spend time and put at least like a 15-hour campaign. I know that sounds long, like a good, just long, good story, and then focus on multiplayer like everyone does. I think it would just be a great thing. But it will probably get a 6-hour one. And did you guys know? Did you know about the reveal to this? What they did to YouTubers?
Tell me more.
In content. So
What did they
content
do to the
creators-
YouTubers?
So yeah, that was the wrong verb. But what they did were they sent content creators crates. They just content creators just got these crates in the mail, and they're like, "What is this?" And they were locked with a combination lock, and I forget what else, but it said don't open until. Actually, it just showed up as a wooden crate and it had a crowbar. So they pried the lid off, and I think inside of it was a box with like a lock on it. It said do not open until a certain date. So on that certain date, they got a text, and it was the combination for the lock. So they unlocked the lock and opened up this box, and inside of it was a vintage slideshow projector, like a slide.
That
projector
is so cool.
from like the 70s.
Awesome.
So they're like, okay, and a bunch of content creators like put the slides in, and they started looking at all these slides, and there were different images and like maps and Cold War era looking stuff, and they figured out that some of the images corresponded to a particular multiplayer map on Call of Duty, I think Black Ops 4 or something. And so that when they loaded into that game map, some of the computer screens had changed to correspond with other slides that they had gotten. So they figured out this like code to access this website, and when they got on the website, there was a timer blinking on the VCR and like a TV and some other stuff that when that day came, that's when they announced the Cold War trailer. But it was like
That's
this
really
huge
cool.
mystery lead up to what was happening with Cold War Black Ops, and that's why I'm like, with that kind of attention to setting an ethos of a story, they need to nail it, and it cannot be like, again, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign was great, but it was like 6 hours long, not long enough. So I'm hoping they do a good job with it.
That sounds really cool. Really, really cool.
Rant finished.
Other announcements included a game called Unknown 9 Awakening by Reflector Entertainment, and the Doom Eternal, The Ancient Ones DLC was announced. And of course, the thing that I was looking forward to, there was a Dragon Age 4 trailer. Now, when they call it a trailer, it was more of a progress update. We got to see developers talking about Dragon Age 4. We got to see a couple of voice actors recording lines. We got to see some concept art. So nothing that's set in stone and no actual gameplay. It was more of a tone piece, showing kind of the direction they're going. I enjoyed what I saw. It made me feel hopeful. But still, I mean, we're not going to see Dragon Age 4 for ages. It's going to be a while before this is a game that exists. And I frankly I think I would rather just have silence until they have something significant to show me. I don't like this trend of games being announced so far in advance of when you can play them. So I am excited. I jumped in to the hype train full force, but I don't know. We'll see. I want it to be good, and I want it to continue some of the themes that we've seen in previous Dragon Age games. I want to see returning characters and returning factions, and I want to see this world of Thetis continue to grow and develop. But I feel like it was just a, like, don't panic kind of a thing. They put this up to show you guys, we are working on it. This is what we're doing. Just trust us. Trust us for a minute. So.
Do you think that when this finally comes out that it'll make or break BioWare?
Maybe. I just hope that BioWare lives long enough to put it out. You know the comic where EA has the pile of bodies behind the studio, all of it Volition and all of the studios they've killed. I hope BioWare lives long enough to finish this game.
I keep imagining, like, some exec will be like, all right, BioWare, we're shutting you down. You haven't turned a profit. And they're like, you haven't let us release the game yet. It's like, yeah, but still, the profit's not there. And you're like, we don't have a product.
Yeah. So, all of my hopes and dreams. Oh, that was a good one. All of my hopes and dreams are pinned on you, Dragon Age 4. Don't let me down. Surgeon Simulator 2 is out now. That has been released. It's available on the Epic Games Store. It has a story mode. It has 4-player online co-op. Surgeon Simulator 1 was a lot of fun, but I feel like I had all the surgeon simulating that I needed. I don't really feel the need for a sequel. I don't know.
You know, the funny thing about that is I looked at it and I was like, I was expecting it to be like realistic.
Oh.
Because they put the word simulator on it. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, I'll be able to, because surgery was a big part of my previous job, right? And I was like, yeah, man, I can like get back into it and like be really cool. And then it was like not it was like horror. There was like horror elements and like it was all terrible and yeah.
No, it uses the simulator name in the way that like Goat Simulator does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
When is the goose simulator thing getting
sometime
co-op?
in September. It comes out on PC and gets co-op, and you will stream it with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good deal. I'm very excited to be horrible geese together. It's gonna be wonderful.
Honk honk.
Oh, I have my goose that you 3D printed for me. Right here, my horrible goose.
Technically, my wife printed that.
I mean, yeah.
Mrs.
Thank you to Mrs. Rick for my horrible goose.
And it
I
has a
love it.
magnet in its nose.
It does, yes. You can. I don't have anything metal to hook to it, but you can put your keys there. A little magnet will hold them. There was a bridge constructor new entry announced, the Walking Dead bridge constructor, which I find very funny. I feel like it's actually a pretty good fit, the bridge constructor, the Walking Dead.
Such a weird concept to throw on top of a bridge construction game.
Right?
Like The Walking Dead. Like Portal made sense. Other physics games. The Walking Dead just is like.
I feel like it works because there was a big focus on building a bridge in one of the recent seasons of Walking Dead. So I feel like that's what makes it work. But I am definitely looking forward to checking that out. I really liked Bridge Constructor Portal. I was really bad at it. And I'll probably check this out too.
Those games are always difficult to play.
Oh, they're so hard. And I realize that I have very little functional knowledge of physics and how physics work. I just...
I walk into it like, I'll just build triangles. This is the strongest structural design ever. Just triangles, triangles.
Uh-huh.
I think that's kind of the point. You know, people are like, wow, I really don't know as much as I thought I did about physics.
Yes.
I must keep trying.
But it's also, can be just as fun to fail in those games as it can be to succeed. As satisfying as it is to see all of your little cars make the other side, it's still very funny. There's a Sam and Max reboot coming to VR platforms. World of Warcraft Shadowlands release date was announced. That will be available on October 27th. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground was revealed.
Stormground.
Indeed. I don't really know much about Warhammer. I know that people really love it. You know, it's one of those properties
Isn't that the one with the tanks?
Is it? I thought it had like
No.
giant dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
Warhammer's giant dudes.
yeah.
Thunder War, something.
Warframe?
War of Tanks.
World of Tanks?
World of Tanks is the tank one. Warhammer is like giant dudes with like Gatling guns.
Yeah, it's mechas. Like, yeah. Crash Bandicoot 4. There was some more shown on that. Outriders had a new cinematic trailer. Rick, I feel like Outriders is something you might enjoy. Have you seen much about that?
No.
Yeah, it looks a
look
little
into
bit Destiny-ish, maybe.
Maybe I don't know.
Necromunda Underhive Wars was revealed. Teardown gameplay trailer.
Looks just like Destiny.
Little Nightmares 2 was shown. Little Nightmares was really popular. I never played it. Let's see here. Star Wars Squadrons. They showed some gameplay of that. And the 12 Minutes voice cast was revealed. I don't know if you guys remember 12 Minutes. It was shown at E3 last year, and it's a really neat-looking indie game. So 12 Minutes is... it's a really neat-looking... I don't want to give away too much just from the trailers, but they revealed that they have some celebrity voice actors, including James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. And let's see. Warframe Heart of Deimos expansion will arrive on all platforms, including the Nintendo Switch. Let's see. Let me cruise through this. The Sims 4 Journey to Batu expansion will be coming soon on September 8th. This is a Star Wars expansion for The Sims 4. It comes with story content and also some Star Wars themed customizations for your Sims. Vendor, as our resident Sims player, how do you feel about this?
I mean, they're both owned by EA, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
I feel like they're running out of ideas.
Don't feel like Star Wars Sims crossover is what Sims players really want.
What's what Star Wars players really want?
But I don't
Haven't
know
you
if-
always wanted to build a house with Leia? And then you can have little Star Wars babies? Yeah, it just doesn't fit, does it?
That's
No.
weird. Yeah, that's weird.
It's like
I pick out shades of carpet. What colors of Star Wars carpet are they
I
gonna
like
And,
have?
like,
Chewbacca brown.
I'm imagining Yoda burning to death while trying to make spaghetti.
Oh my
in his
god, you
kitchen.
guys! Shaline lived like 5 minutes. Burned to death making pancakes.
That's just like real life. Just like real life.
I gotta say though, the Sims characters that I made of you guys were a striking likeness.
They were
What happened to
fantastic.
mine?
Yours also died in a fire. Yeah. Actually, so yours died in a fire, and then I made a duplicate of you, and I moved you into the same house, and then the ghost of old you started haunting new you.
I feel like I
Nice.
should use that as a prompt to write a horror story. Oh,
They
that's
cloned
wonderful.
me, and then when I died, they just put me back into this house. But I knew that I was cloned because my ghost was.
I wasn't really gone.
That would be a
Sims, what
great. That would
Buddhist
be a
game.
great fictional book.
Oh, that's fantastic. They showed the Mafia Definitive Edition story trailer. Lego Star
Swoon.
Wars, the Skywalker Saga was delayed. It was supposed to be out this fall, but it'll be out in the spring instead. These Lego games, they're so fun, but I haven't played one in like 10 years. And I wonder how much they've changed. I really do. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah. Fall Guys is getting a season 2. Have you guys played Fall Guys?
I haven't, but I have it. I mean, I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
Carlo and I have played it. It's pretty fun.
Okay. Is that going to be part of the gameplay discussion?
Yes, it is.
Yes, lovely. I'm excited to hear about Fall Guys. It looks adorable, and I would like to know more.
What would be really fun is if like somebody like cut in some of the hosts from Most Extreme Elimination Challenge with like Fall Guy video clips. Am I the only one who knows what Most Extreme Elimination Challenge is?
Is that something like Ninja Warrior? I'm sorry.
It was a Japanese, yes, it was like a Japanese version of Ninja Warrior, but when they dubbed it in English, they made up their own commentary
Oh,
about
brilliant.
everyone and everything.
Oh, that sounds
And-
beautiful.
So like the contestants would come out and like say something and put their arms up, and so somebody would voice act and just ad lib something about him, and they would say something ridiculously doofy and then get completely slaughtered by whatever the like one of the missions was you had to run across these lily pads to get to this other side of this like lake, but some of the lily pads just gave way, so you'd see people just book it as fast as they could, and they'd step on a lily pad and it would go down, and then they'd just smack into something, or it was like utterly ridiculous chaos and fun, and that's exactly what Fall Guys reminds me of as Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. I'll have to send you clips of it. It was so
It reminds me of Wipeout. Wipeout.
Mm.
Remember Wipeout? With
I
the
do.
it was Asian. It was like a Asian themed like game show that was dubbed over by American commentators, and it was like they were like comedians, and they were like imitating what they think that the person might have said when they fell or whatever. It's pretty funny.
Sounds great.
I'm trying to figure out.
It was a Japanese game show, actually.
See, we're talking about
Called
the same
Wipeout.
one. Wipeout was the American one.
Oh.
Wipeout's the American version, but
Yes.
it's dubbed over with like comedic
I didn't think it
comedic
was dubbed
subtitles.
over.
Yeah, it's dubbed over.
I can't. I'm trying to. Okay. I remember Wipeout a lot, but I liked Most Extreme Elimination Challenge as well. Those two, like, they came out around the same time.
Yeah, they were great. I loved
yeah.
Wipeout. Something about people smashing their face into things it just makes
Oh,
me
it's
laugh really hard. It's terrible.
Well, Vendor, you would have loved me today because
No.
I walked into a glass door.
What?
So, right, we're working on this financial audit at my office, right? And and we have the auditors set up in the mayor's office across the building from my office, and it has sliding glass doors, 2 sets of sliding glass doors. And I've been like in major focus mode, right? And I just got I got together a folder of documents they needed. I went to leave it on the table for them, and walked right into a door while I was flipping through the like rereading what I had, and I walked straight into that door, and I was embarrassed.
Did it hurt?
Not much, not much. I mean, it hurt a little, but it's,
Uh, I'm sorry. I've walked into a pole before, but never a door.
yeah.
Like I caught a pole with my shoulder and it just kind of like swung me
Mhm.
around, you know?
Yeah, I thought that the glass door was open. There are two sliding glass doors, and I thought they were both open, but only the one on the left was open. So,
I saw this guy once walk into a glass door, watch the whole thing, and he like hit it. He walked really freaking hard into it. Like he almost bounced off of it kind of. And he's like, "Wow, that's really clean glass." Just kept walking. Oh, it was so good.
oh
Okay,
man,
I'm over it
That's
now.
terrible. That's terrible. So PS5 pre-orders, they're not available yet. We don't even know how much it's going to cost. We also don't know how much the Xbox Series X is going to cost. It is almost September, and they have not revealed the prices for these things. That's that's bonkers to me. But Sony has offered a way to sign up to be among the first to purchase this thing. They gave fans with a U.S. based address a chance to sign up to pre-order. So you go to the PS5 Direct pre-orders page on PlayStation's website, and there will be a limited quantity of PS5 consoles available for pre-order, and they are inviting their existing consumers to be available to pre-order one directly from PlayStation. These reservations are on a first-come, first-serve basis, and if you are selected, you can pre-order the following: a PS5 console or a PS5 digital edition, 2 DualSense wireless controllers, 2 DualSense charging stations, 2 Pulse 3D wireless headsets, 2 media remotes, and 2 HD cameras. And yeah, you can get that shipped to you. I feel like this is a little bit of a strange choice, but Joseph Tao notes that it is based on previous interest in PlayStation activity, so he's hoping that he'll get one since that's his primary platform where he plays video games. So I hope he gets one too, and can let us know about it, because I don't think I will be pre-ordering these new consoles right away. I think I'm gonna wait this time. So
I need to buy new gaming rigs. I'm not buying any consoles.
yeah, I've really moved a lot more to PC from console. So
Welcome.
yeah, I'll probably get a PS4 or a PS5 eventually for exclusives, but most of the Xbox exclusives seem to be available on PC as well. So
Xbox.
yeah, it just shows me that I don't need one. Wasteland 3 seems to be reviewing really, really well. These reviews have started to pop up, and it's getting a lot of 5 out of 5s and 9 out of 10s and extremely, extremely positive reviews. It looks really good.
Is it out?
It is out today. It is out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's on Xbox Game Pass and
I
Game
know,
Pass
I have it
Ultimate.
too.
So
That's why I was asking, because I was going to
Yeah.
download it and try it.
I know you're interested in this. What are you looking forward to with Wasteland 3?
Something new.
And
That's all.
how do you think you're going to do with the isometric gameplay?
I don't mind ISO, because I like Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, and those are ISOs. So I don't mind ISOs per se. With Fallout 1 and 2, it was just the kind of clunkiness of the UI, and the combat was really frustrating. And if the combat is okay, like if the combat feels fluid and feels smooth, I think I'll be fine with it. But it looked like kind of a Western themed-ish game, and I really want to play it. We need more Western post-apocalyptia.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I actually kickstarted Wasteland 3 years ago. So I got my email to get my code.
Nice.
That was so long ago, and I barely remember doing it, but I did get
Had
the
to blow
email.
the dust off the email.
Yes, exactly. So I'll check it out as well. We will see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, but I want to enjoy it. It looks like it's really well written. It looks like it's very thoughtful. So we will see. Fall Guys is actually one of our news stories. Fall Guys has sold more than 7 million copies on Steam. And additionally, it is the most downloaded PlayStation Plus game of all time. So, Fall Guys has
Wow.
been incredibly successful.
That came out of nowhere.
Yes.
I feel like.
Goodbye, PUBG.
Right?
Well, PUBG's been gone since Warzone happened.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Basically, I mean,
I would say Fortnite killed PUBG.
that's true too. Fortnite definitely took over. But I can't believe just how, like, one day I was perusing Reddit, right, and it's like Fortnite and Warzone memes and things like that, and like as I was scrolling, everything changed to Fall Guys in like a matter of a second. I was like, what? You know, like, what is Fall Guys? Why are there all these memes all of a sudden where, you know, it
Everybody
came out of
hates the
nowhere.
yellow ones. I don't know why,
I don't
but
know.
everybody seems to hate the yellow ones.
I'm out of the loop on this
Uh,
game.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
I feel like that's something that I'm seeing a lot, is that that the yellow team is hated.
I think it's. Oh.
Mobius Strip says PUBG's the MySpace of Battle Royale. games."
Yes, yes, that's extremely accurate, Mubius. That is very astute. And the final story of our news this evening is about a game called Sinking City. This game was pulled from stores suddenly without any warning, and it was a little bit mysterious. You can't find it on Steam, Epic Games, Xbox One, PS4. You just can't find it. It was a Lovecraftian mystery game. This is a Kotaku story by Ethan Gack. And it's been missing for a couple of months. And the developer, Frogwares, revealed today that the reason for this is that they have been in a legal dispute with the game's publisher, Nacon, over late payments, missing royalties, and licensing issues. This is a quote from Frogwares' statement. Since the release of The Sinking City on June 27th, 2019, we've been involved in legal battles with Big Ben Interactive Nacon over the title. And they stated that, it's only sold right now through the Switch eShop because they self-published it there. And you can also get it on their own website. So Nacon responded with a statement saying that it is pending before French courts and the decision is not expected for several months. However, Frogwares thought it was necessary to anticipate the upcoming ruling by issuing a press release on their website and Twitter feed, which reflects a personal and erroneous interpretation of the content of the agreement and the nature of this dispute. They reject basically everything that Frogwares is alleging, and they are stating that this behavior is very, very unprofessional on the part of Frogwares. So, I'm sure the truth is somewhere in the middle, and we will find out. I will definitely be following this. I feel like it's so interesting and troubling in a way that a game can just disappear that way because of, something simple like a legal battle. It's just, it seems...
Well, it's probably good that it disappeared because if they sold anything and made any revenue, that's missable in court, right? As damages. So,
yeah.
On what was it? Frogwares. I mean, it was a good idea for them to pull it.
Joseph Tao confirms in chat that if you already own the game digitally on PlayStation, you can still download it, but it's just not available for purchase any longer. So that is good. At least if you already own the game, you can still access it for download. So I feel like this kind of story is going to become more and more common as time goes on, and digital purchases become the norm. Speaking of purchases, vendor, why don't you walk us through some game stock?
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, I felt like singing along with the transition.
Like you do.
As of noon today, reported in U.S. dollars, Sony is up $1.79, closing at $79.37. Microsoft up $26.16 today, closing at $227.38. So, not sure what's going on there. Nintendo also doing pretty well, up $12.15, closing at $67.10. Take-Two up $8.75, closing at $171.14, which is surprising. Activision closing at $82.50, up just 22 cents. Ubisoft down 40 cents, closing at $16.22. EA closing at $140.51, up $1.60. And Tencent up $1.93. Closing at $69.95. So I don't know what happened with Microsoft. Like, what's going on in the news that might
They're
have bumped
doing
this?
everything right.
They're
doing
not
everything
doing.
right.
Stop with
Yes.
your fanboyism. Like, it's so disgusting.
No.
Ugh.
I
doing
wonder
everything
if
right.
it's somehow related to non Xbox
Could be.
type things, and I also wonder a little bit if it's related to their attempted takeover of TikTok.
I was just gonna say it probably has something to do with TikTok. Yeah.
Which got halted.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart is also on the bid for that too. With
What
Microsoft.
is Walmart gonna do with TikTok?
I
Like,
don't know.
Well, they're partnering with Microsoft for
Okay.
TikTok.
Oh.
But again, who knows? This is the dangerous thing about capitalism is when companies that have no jurisdiction in this area enter into that market, and then things get really messy, and then you have all kinds of legal issues.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Microsoft is doing very good on the game front, especially when they announced that a lot of their exclusives are going to be on the Game Pass store and be also available on PC at the same time. And that, I think, had a lot of positivity in their market share because, I mean, think about that. Like, for every gamer out there who either has a PC and an Xbox or just one or the other, you get Game Pass and you just have access to all these brand new exclusives that are
it's
coming
such a
out,
good
like, day
deal.
one.
Such an
That's
incredible
amazing.
deal.
It's an amazing deal. So that I think right there is a big boost. But yeah, I mean, it's Microsoft as a conglomerate, and there's a lot going on with them, especially. Although I don't know how much TikTok would influence the potential to buy TikTok would influence this because again, it's been halted for a while now. If I
Well, this
understand.
is when I put together the GameStop, the plus minus spread is since the last episode, so that's been a month.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what it is. But that was halted due to a weird issue. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I bet you the people that have Microsoft stock are super happy right now.
Right? Yeah, my Nintendo
But-
stock is doing okay.
My Zoom stock is doing fantastic.
Is it
It's
still?
Zoom stock price. Let's check what today is. We're sitting at $299.27.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Buying that per share?
111 per share.
Jeez.
That
So
is fantastic.
I've more than doubled my investment on
Nice.
that one. And the really nice thing is that over the last month, it has steadily been kind of leveling off at about the $300 mark, which is good because it's stabilizing. Stock
Nice.
is stabilizing. But
Good.
this is the thing. This is the thing about Zoom. Everybody hates it because they're like, there's security issues and they lied to everybody and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, well, yes, we lied, but here we're going to fix all these things and we fix them right away and let's work together to make it better. And people still hate it. They still hated it. But they're all still using it. Everybody's still using it because it works.
It's the best
really well.
platform out there. It really is.
It works really well despite all of its bad PR. And I think that's what's going on.
It just got a lot of bad PR because their security wasn't the tightest, and they just got super popular really quick due to a pandemic. So of course they're going to be in the forefront for that. But um, a lot of the issues with Zoom were people posting public links to private
Yes.
chats.
Yeah.
And so there were people scraping the internet for all these links, and just there was one guy that I saw a blog post. He's in the security industry. He would just go hang out in people's hangouts.
That's so dangerous.
And just just because they would put the password and the link on a public space.
Yeah.
Like,
And then be
Discord's also
shocked
public.
when it wasn't secure.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he'd just show up and be like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I just
Yeah.
click the link."
And that's what bothers me is like they get a bad rap because of the human condition.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
it's frustrating, right? But there's always loopholes. People always find ways.
The number one security issue in anything digital is PEBKEC.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Problem exists between keyboard and chair.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always the weakest link of a security system. So yeah, I mean, it only makes sense. But anywho, I'm glad that we're supporting your stock, Fender. Do I get a third of your investment? And does Shaline get a third?
We might be able to put a studio in.
Move us all to Canada.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Well, I'm learning in Microsoft Flight Simulator so that we can fly our own jet. It's fine.
Nice.
Well, that is a great transition, Vendor. Why don't you tell us about Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Oh, my heart. It beats wildly. Guys, it's so good. It's really good. It's also really bad.
Really?
Bad.
Well, first of all, it's riddled with bugs. Absolutely riddled with bugs. I mean, most of the flight sim community expected that it would be riddled with bugs. But I didn't think that like some of it would be literally unplayable. So it was a little bit, there was some disappointments about it, but overall I gotta say it's pretty dang great. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with how they developed Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's a first of its kind in some call it a game, some call it a sim. I call it kind of both. It's the first of its kind in which a game or sim developer has been able to scale, model the entire planet that we live on. Every building, every tree, every roadway,
That
every
is
river,
so cool.
every landmass, everything is there.
Do they
And the
use like GPS data to put it in, or?
So they use Bing Maps to be able to render the planet, which is really incredible. I flew over my house, and it's like looks just like my house. Like
That
my
is
car's-
so cool.
my car's there, and
Your
it's like,
car is there?
oh yeah, we flew over 4 Miles' house. You could see her pool and her garden. Like,
That is amazing.
yeah.
If you
So
go
we're
on
gonna.
Google Maps and look at your house, your car's usually there. That's all they
It's
use.
just like that, right? It's just like going on Google Maps and zooming in on your house. It's pretty much like that, except they've coded into the AI to be able to render physical buildings, right? Depending on the region and stuff like that. So some of the there's some areas that are not as well rendered, and so some of the buildings are just 2D, like it's just flat.
That
But
is
other
so
areas,
Yay,
and it's
PlayStation 2.
Cool. That's really funny.
but other areas, and it's really weird because it'll be like a farm out in the middle of the nowhere. It's like incredibly rendered perfectly. It's just this random farm in this field, and there's all the buildings are there, and it's amazing. We flew over 4 Miles' house, and her house was there. Her camping trailer was there, and like all the little bales that her dad had baled that season that were just sitting in the field were there. Like it was awesome. Yeah, it was pretty good. So the graphics really great. My PC is having a hard time running it, so I'm probably gonna have to invest in a new graphics card. But I'm waiting for September because the new NVIDIA 3000 series is released next month.
So behind.
So I'm considering upgrading my graphics card. I'm not sure if my motherboard can handle it because I hear that they're moving to a 12-pin configuration for the graphics cards, which is smaller, which means that people will either have to replace their motherboards or buy an adapter, which
That's
NVIDIA will
strange.
supply. Yeah, they're moving to a smaller pin type because the smaller computers,
Mm.
smaller towers,
I guess they're.
more
I guess
powerful GPUs, and they're smaller. So, anyways,
interesting.
that's beside the point. So, I've been watching some people stream this on like a 2080, and it's looks freaking amazing. Like on a 1070, it's pretty decent. Like there's buildings and stuff. They're not as well rendered. But like on a 2080, it's like you can see the color of your roof and like the flowers that are on your port. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, I got a 970. I don't want to hear it.
Ooh. I think I have a 2070.
Yeah. You just built your PC not
970.
long ago.
Yeah, mine's pretty new.
No, she bought it.
I did buy it.
Freaking, she cheaped out.
The graphics are pretty
I mean,
great.
I customized it when it got here. I did open it up and add things and switch things. So.
Yeah, so
Jealous.
the graphics are pretty great. The world is pretty great. The planes are pretty awesome. The planes are really, really well rendered. Like the cockpits look so good. And the mechanics are really nice. Some people that fly think that they're not actually that great, but I think that the mechanics are fantastic. The autopilot is absolutely totally freaking broken. It does not work the way it's supposed to. So that's interesting. Part of it is a learning experience because the autopilot in say like okay, so I've flown so far in the sim the Boeing 787, which is their biggest plane that they have. It's actually the biggest commercial airliner in the world now. It seats up to 330 people, I think.
Nice.
And it's got a wingspan of like 297 feet. It's wild. Anyways, so I've flown that. Really cool cockpit, very modern, very space agey. The 747 as well, which is the 2-floor commercial airliner. Some of the Beechcraft, like turboprops, some of the prop planes, smaller prop planes, and then some of the really small, like tiny little Corvette planes, like the JBM and the Pitts Special, which is a traditional double-winged airplane that was used for stunt flying, and then various Cessna, like prop and jet engine airplanes. And the autopilot works differently in the Boeing 787, so I have to learn a little bit more about it. Generally, they all kind of work the same, but they're riddled with bugs. The autopilot is riddled with bugs. The only way I can successfully land a plane right now is to use my intuition and just fly it in manually. Which you think it would be the other way around. It would work better on autopilot, but... So I'm hoping they just announced, I think yesterday, that they're going to be pushing an update. So I hope that the update comes soon in the next 7 days and they fix a lot of these bugs. But I've explored a lot of the world. So like I said, I flew over my house. I flew over 4 Miles' house. I flew over Carlo's house. I flew to Calgary. I flew Alaska. That was really pretty. I flew New Zealand. That was probably the most breathtaking flight I've had in the game so far. It was absolutely incredible. That was last Sunday, actually. I pulled up a late night stream at like 9 p.m., but it was a silent stream. So I wasn't on the stream talking. I just had like classical music playing in the background, and I was just like flying through these beautiful mountains in New Zealand, and people were coming in and they're like, "This is amazing!" So I think that's going to be a regular Sunday thing now. I visited the 4 Mile, and I visited the pyramids.
Oh, cool!
Which was really cool. It was deceivingly close to Cairo. I never thought that the pyramids were so close to the city. They're like right at the city limits. I thought they were like out in the desert somewhere.
That's how they frame it when they take photos, but
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you turn around, it's like honk,
like
honk,
there's
city.
a McDonald's like right there.
You're like, well, this kind of breaks it a little bit.
Yeah, so we were like flying out of the city, and we were like, huh, I thought it was a little further out than this. And Yeah, so it was kind of a cool to experience that because I never would have known otherwise, right? Where else did we fly? We flew over London, which was really cool. But London was terribly rendered. Terribly rendered. For being one of the most popular cities in the world, I thought that they would have put a little more effort into having it as a handcrafted city. I actually ended up having to buy a Orbex $10 like payware edition that better renders London so that it has like the London Eye and like some of the other monuments and stuff. But it's funny because you fly down the Thames and the Thames is like super high and there's like cars driving under the water and then like back out because the water is like the AI didn't calculate the water height well enough. So yeah, some things are not
That's
perfect.
wonderful.
I'm thinking that eventually they're probably going to fix that because a lot of people fly over London and that's kind of a big deal. I do want to fly over Scotland and like the Highlands. I think that would be so beautiful, and fly the coast. I flew the Canadian Rockies this week, which was awesome. I landed on a glacier. It was like we ended the stream. I just landed on a glacier. It was really cool.
Fly in the Grand Canyon.
I'd like to fly the Grand Canyon. Yeah, that is one that I want to add on my list. Also the Great Wall of China. I want to do a low flyover of Australia, parts of Australia, and the California coastline. I want to fly that as well. I did a low flyover of Tahiti, and like it was so the water is so blue. It's so beautiful. It was just it's awesome. You have to see it. You have to see it when I stream it. It's breathtaking. Like it's jaw dropping.
You're
Anyways.
breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm thinking I want to do some more exploration. I think right now the commercial airliners are not really streamable at the moment, although it's kind of fun to see me screw up with the autopilot because it gets a little hairy. But I'm certainly open to suggestions for places to explore. I should fly over your house. Actually, one of the places I wanted to fly over was Area 51. I want to see if it's like
Blacked out.
or something.
It's censored.
Just be redacted.
Yeah.
A big black bar in the middle of
Like
New
there's
Mexico.
got to be like
Nevada! It's in Nevada!
there's got to be some sort of like concern there. Like international security. Like did anybody approach Microsoft and be like, whoa, you can't make a real life world rendering of the secret bases that we have? Like, I don't know. How did they approach that?
I have no idea how that works.
Well, I would
Anyway,
assume
so-
that they've already dealt with that in terms of GPS. You know what I mean?
For Bing, right?
And yeah, so they've dealt with it with the GPS people. So when Microsoft put it into Flight Sim, it was already...
You should fly over North Korea.
Yeah, I should.
It's
I'm
just
really
gonna be.
curious
It's just gonna be an aerial picture of Kim Jong Un. Just.
It's just like ocean. Like it doesn't even exist. No, I'm really curious to like what it looks like in Bing World. Like,
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, like we should get on a call one night and just go and explore and like
Yes, I want you to go to my house.
fly over your guys' house. Like
Mhm.
I can if I get an aircraft that's small enough, I can just like come and land right in your driveway.
Let's
I
land.
wonder-
Let's land at the airport at the town where I work.
Well, there's an airport that I've flown out of that I'm really curious to see if is on Shoestring Airport. I'm really curious.
So okay,
to see
so
if that's
so
on-
Microsoft has rendered every single airport in the world.
I would be hard pressed to believe that Shoestring is on there.
It's
I
on there.
doubt that the one where I work is on there either.
I
Yeah.
can guarantee you it's there.
All
They
right.
have there's
List-
airports in the map that are just grass strips.
Wow.
So they said with confidence every airport has been rendered in the world. Over
see.
37,000
Is there a list?
airports you can
List of
access.
Microsoft Flight Simulator airports. We're gonna see. Shaline, what's your?
No.
Oh, true. There's only like 5 on here, not 5. Oh, it's not the full list.
Okay.
You got to go into the game and search it in the sim.
We
I'll search
definitely
it tonight.
need to do this.
Write down the ones you want me to search and I'll
Yes.
search it. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's really cool. There's lots of places I want to explore. I think the coolest thing about this is that it is our world. It is everyone. Everybody is a part of this because it's Bing Maps. So we are all in this simulation in one way or another, right? And that's really
That's true.
cool. It connects us all. Um, but like it's the whole world to scale. So I could literally travel everywhere and explore everything, and it would take me a lifetime sitting in this chair to try and do it, and I still wouldn't be able to do it. That's
That
how
is
cool
so
this is.
cool.
So yeah, and
So the
it's
flights are in real time. Like if you left from
everything's
Canada to New
everything's in real
Mexico, it
time.
would take you the same amount of time.
Yeah, it'd take me about I think 5 or 6 hours
Yeah.
to get down there, because it's a 4.5 or 5 hour flight to Palm Springs, and from Palm Springs to your place, it's like another hour or
About an
so.
hour. Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
an hour from New Mexico to
yeah,
California.
yeah. So, and the really nice thing, actually, that I didn't talk about yet is the weather. So they have, in addition to being able to model the real world, they've been able to model real world weather. So I don't know if you can see behind me, um, right here. This is Hurricane Genevieve that hit the coast of Los Cabos last week. I flew through that last week,
How
and
Wow.
was
it was
that?
so cool. It was really cool. There's lots of clouds. It was very windy, but I think it was at like 27,000
Oh,
feet. Taking off was scary. Like it was raining and it was really windy, and then once I got above the clouds, it wasn't so bad. And then I was like, geez, that was really bad weather. And then I was like, I wonder if that was like a hurricane, because everyone in the community is like, ah, fly through a hurricane. It's so cool. And then I like searched online. I searched the weather, and there was a hurricane going through that region, like right over top the
So it
airport,
has
just as
real
I was
time
taking off.
weather.
Yeah, real time weather. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that's really cool. So and you can set it. You can set the weather too. You can set the type of clouds if you want snow, if you want storms. You can do that. The really other cool part of it too is that you can fly together. There's a multiplayer option,
nice.
and it's really quite easy to use.
So I could be your
Actually,
co-pilot in the same plane?
no, you can fly a plane with me, like fly another plane with
Okay.
me flying a plane. They are rumored to be working on co-pilot, like shared cockpit stuff where you could fly together. Yeah, but that's a future thing. And I think that's one of the really cool things about this is that there's been so much invested in this that it's literally a 10-year investment. Like people are going to be playing this for 5, 10 years from now, and it's just going to keep getting better. So yeah. Anyways, so that was Microsoft Flight Sim, and then I've kind of been consumed by that. I did play some Fall Guys with Carlo. So Carlo built a gaming PC,
Ah,
and I'm like super excited about that because we can play together now. And the first game we played together was Fall Guys, and it was actually a lot of fun. It's chaos, you guys.
So
I
tell
think
me,
that
I don't even understand what Fall Guys is.
So Fall Guys is kind of like Wipeout. Um, you have different courses that you have to run through. It's like matches. You get matched with 60 other people, and then you do a race, and then 20 or so get eliminated, and then you do another level or another course, and then a bunch of other people get eliminated, and then it's just kind of cascades from there. And the courses are different. Like some of them are races, others are like capture the egg, and like there's like I really hate this one, but it's kind of fun. There's this like match where there's three corners: blue, red, and yellow, and you randomly assign to different teams. You're never usually on the same team as your partner, that you're playing Fall Guys with. And I don't think there's an option for you to sort of pair up like that, which is kind of disappointing, but whatever. And they have all these like eggs in the middle, and the timer goes off, and then everybody like runs to grab an egg, and you have to like get the eggs to your team's basket and then try to keep the eggs in your team's basket. And it's just chaos because there's eggs everywhere. There's eggs flying all over the place, and people are jumping and it's falling, and it's really crazy. They have that one, and then there's this one with like giant soccer balls where you're playing like a soccer match or whatever. Um, there's another one where it's like capture the tail. So there's a limited number of tails, and you have to like try and get a tail and end the match with a tail, or you get eliminated. Uh, there's this. I think my favorite one is this. You have to you go up this conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt is going in the opposite direction. So it's really hard to like run up because you're going like super slow. But to add paraffin to the flame, they throw giant pieces of fruit down the conveyor belt, and you have to like dodge the giant fruit, and then you get like taken out by a giant banana or something. It's really great. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I recommend it. I think it was worth the $22.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of fun.
And you get lots of outfits. There's lots of outfits.
So
like,
you're basically like a little bean shaped, like a tic tac.
yeah,
You're like a little tic
this
tac.
you're like this little bean, and you start out with a basic plain outfit, but the more you play and the more you win, the more you level up, right? And so like if the three of us were to play, we'd all start on the same course.
Okay.
And then let's say if only Shaline, you are the only one to make it and Rick and I got eliminated, we would basically sit through your next match. And then if you got eliminated that round, then we would all just start over. Or we could watch the rest of the matches until the final winner, which I've never done because it's, I don't know. And I mean, every round that you win, you get points. And then you can use those points to like buy hats and stuff. So.
Okay, so I feel like we need to clarify. I said little bean shaped creature. Joseph in chat says you are not little. They confirmed that those things are 6 feet tall. So you are a 6 foot tall bean shaped monstrosity.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the game itself, you seem rather small, but yeah, sure, 6 feet.
Very high
Okay.
POV.
Yeah, so right now I've got my character is pink, and he's got little birthday sprinkle shorts.
Oh.
But some of the outfits are so cute. Like there's this one, it's like you're a box of French fries.
Oh, that's adorable.
And it's just like little French fries sticking out the top, and then this little cut hole for your face. And then there's one that's like a hot dog. You're just like a hot dog. And then they have really cool hats. There's like so many outfits. Like I've seen like astronaut outfits, pop cans.
I think I need to try this
like
game.
Bear outfits. Oh, you should get it and we'll play it. It's so much fun. So anyways, yeah, I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I am looking forward to playing it again. It can be pretty competitive. Yeah. And you get like strategic about it because you're like, these bitches, they're all going to be like running towards this one entrance, and I'm going to have this plan to go over here instead. And then it fails and you like fall down this trap and you're like, no. So yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much my gameplay.
Nice.
Very cool.
What about you, Rick?
Oh, trying to catch up on the legendary run in Fallout 76 has been what I've mainly been playing. But a friend of mine gifted me Battlefront 1, like the first one of the new remakes for PC. And so I loaded into a multiplayer of that, and it was a lot of just, I think whomever is still playing it really has figured out how to use the Force, because the headshots are just, I can't keep up. So I decided to not play online and play single player, and that's been fun. Just if I want to unwind with like a Star, just like a shoot 'em up game kind of thing, and it's based in Star Wars, it's a lot of fun. My favorite like game type is, it's like survival. You have to survive 15 waves of stormtroopers and stuff. So you get stormtroopers coming at you, you have shadow troopers, and then heavy troopers, and then either sometimes on some maps TIE fighters, sometimes ATSTs, and then sometimes probe droids, and you have to like beat them all and stuff like that. And there's this gun that they modeled off of Jyn Erso's gun from Rogue One, and it's like a German Luger looking pistol, but it in the game you have like cards like a grenade card or like a jetpack card, and that's like your abilities you can use in the game. This pistol replaces those with like you hit a button and it'll like put it into a sniper configuration, and you basically get like one high powered shot, and then you hit another button and it puts it into a automatic rifle like configuration. You hit another button and it puts it into like a pulse grenade launcher kind of configuration. So I ended up using that because I'm like, well, if I'm going to try to survive 15 waves of enemies, this is like the perfect gun because I've got a sniper rifle, a pistol, and a fully automatic rifle, and a grenade launcher all rolled into one. And after, it only works for a limited time and then it has to recharge kind of thing. So that's been fun just to like load in because the sound design on that game, not only does it look good, but the sound design
It's
is
good.
Star Wars. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
like, yeah, and it's really good. And so like, I've been on Endor and you see little Ewoks in the trees and you look at them and you look at them and like you kind of point the gun at them because like it's a first person shooter, and they go
Houdini!
and they run inside, they run inside and close the doors, and you hear, ka-chunk, ka-chunk, the sound of like an ATST walking, and you look over and it rounds, pops through some trees, and that famous like laser gun sound that they make just starts blasting away at you, and
I
smoke
love
and
it.
sparks are flying. And it's just a really fun, percussive sounding game. They did a really good job with the way that that game feels. Even Battlefront 2, they did a really good job. Like the campaign for Battlefront 2 is amazing. We've been watching Clone Wars at the house, and I've wanted so bad to play. Um, oh man, the name just escaped me. The new Jedi Star Wars.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah, like I've wanted to play that so bad. So this is kind of
It's real
scratching that little
good.
itch.
It's real good.
Play it. So playing that every once in a while. I'm trying to think if I played. Ooh, Banjo Kazooie. I didn't realize that it was free on
Oh.
the Xbox
Oh yeah.
and
There's
the
a lot of
360.
great games that are free with Xbox Games Pass. I
Yeah,
never realized. Yeah.
and so I downloaded Banjo Kazooie, and they cleaned it up a bit, which was
Cool.
nice. And that game really does hold up. It really does. The music is excellent. The jokes are funny. It makes no sense, but it still holds up.
Yeah.
If you've never played it and you're into platformers, Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, excellent.
Banjo
And
Tooie.
it's great. And I've heard that they put back in some of the cut content that they left out from the 64 days. There was this key. Like you would go into the first snow level in Banjo Kazooie, and you'd walk into an ice cave, and you look through this like ice glass window, and there's a spinning ice key. And I spent hours as a kid trying to figure out how to get in a stupid ice key room. And I even called like the Nintendo helpline
Huh?
Are you
at some
serious?
point. Yes, I tried. So I
What?
tried so hard. So this is the whole story. It started with Banjo Kazooie. I tried so hard to get in that room, and I could never figure it out. And at the inset of the early onset of the internet, I was trying to Google it, and like nothing. So eventually, eventually, Banjo Tooie came out, and there was still something with the ice key involved with Banjo Tooie, and you could like get it, but it didn't do anything. And so I tried again so much to figure out what was going on with this ice key. So then I did call the Nintendo helpline when that was a thing, only to like have them tell me, oh, it was cut content.
Oh.
I spent so
Oh.
much time on this stupid game, and it was cut. So I think I've heard rumors that they put whatever it was supposed to be back in the new version. So I've been playing a lot of that. My daughter really likes watching it, and she likes when I because you can shoot eggs out of the bird's beak, and then you
Oh.
can like poop. You can poop eggs out too, and you crouch and you hit a button, and it goes, and like an egg blops out of the back of the chicken, and it kind of
That's great.
bobbles around. And it's great. And I've been playing a good bit of Guitar Hero again.
Really?
Yeah, I used to love that game, I think my daughter wanted to get into it, so of course I picked it up and playing like Guitar Hero 3 and World Tour, with like quasi functioning guitars from those eras. Um, and it's been fun. I realized playing Guitar Hero that like rock and roll died with Guitar Hero because when you play those games, there was such an honor to rock and roll and the kind of ethos around that, like spike bracelets and like, you know, Bill and Ted's actually like just like I don't know how to really explain it, but like the way that the cartoon characters are created, the songs that they picked, the details that they used in the game, you know, like different tubes for like the star power and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They really tried to make it a game about rock and roll, and I think I remember hearing on a podcast the top 5 rock and roll albums that have been sold this in 2020, and like number 1 was like I don't know, like Queen's Greatest Hits, and like they were all greatest hits records, all of them were, and it was like Fleetwood Mac and like Elton John and Queen were all the top 5 selling rock and roll records of 2020.
That's
And
crazy.
I realized that rock and roll is dead. It is dead as far as like a big giant pop movement is concerned. So playing these games is a little misty-eyed nostalgia because you're like playing Blondie or Barracuda, and you're like, there was such a honor. There was like these, you know, they were just honoring the rock and roll. So it was
Yeah,
good. It was
yeah.
fun to play. Playing Tenacious D songs, and you're just like, Jack
Ah.
Black is amazing.
Take you to Zanzibar. I'm trying to think of a line in that song that isn't vulgar.
Well, it's you know, the song Kielbasa Sausage.
Yeah.
But the song that they put on Guitar Hero was the metal, and he just like basically goes through and he's like, punk rock tried to destroy the metal, but they failed. It's like,
Yeah.
just that's the whole song, and it's just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fun
yeah.
little song. But anyway, so yeah, that's all I've been playing. Nothing much crazy.
Lovely.
What about you, Shaline?
Well, of course, Animal Crossing, still a huge part of my life. Guys, this week I spent 1.2 million bells on a hat. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes.
I mean, what else are you going to do with your lottery winnings?
I've been saving bells for months now. My savings account got up to about 1.5 million bells. I was really happy about it.
Jeez.
And in the store, there's a little store called the Able Sisters. It is run by some adorable hedgehog ladies, and they sell clothing and hats and accessories and shoes. And for sale was a royal crown. And it was 1.2 million bells, and I'm never going to take it off again.
I hope it was worth
So
it.
I cleaned out my savings account. I felt like the ATM is in the same room where Tom Nook has his office, right? And I'm in a great deal of debt to Tom Nook right now. Okay, like he built the second floor on my house. I owe him like 1.7 million bells, right? And I pulled 1.2 million out to buy a hat, and I was like trying to hide from him, like. Don't look
Well, that
over.
is the American
Okay,
way.
so tell us about this hat, though.
It's a royal crown. It's it's a traditional kingly crown. You know, it has the little cross on top, and it has the red velvet underneath the gold
Okay.
frame. It's quite lovely. I look really good in it. My little character looks very cute. Yesterday I was wearing it with a red sequined outfit, like a red sequined suit. So it was a lot of fun. And I loved it a lot. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76. That's been most of my gaming time, has been Fallout 76. Yeah.
Okay.
We did Meat Week while that was up, of course. Graham and Chally are my favorites. I love them. Go ahead.
Are you going to tell the story
Which story?
of our incident?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you
We're
are?
ta-
Okay, because
The-
I was going to as well, but I didn't know
The
if
nuclear
there
winter
was-
story?
Yes.
Yeah, we're telling that story. Yeah, we're telling that story. I finished the legendary run, which was cool. So I have all of that done. I am no longer beholden to the daily homework challenges. I've still been logging in to play every day though and enjoying it. We've been doing some Wastelanders now that we're done with the legendary run. Archon and I started those low level characters together. We still call them our baby characters, but they're like level 55 now. Mine's
Right.
level 50, I think, and his is 55. And we've been running through some of the Wastelanders quest line, so I'll have some more on that next week on that Fallout show. And in Nuclear Winter, we've been playing a lot of Nuclear Winter, right? Nuclear Winter is
Yeah.
the Fallout 76 Battle Royale.
And we'd be good.
I love it. We are pretty good. I love it. I love it. And we had this one round where I was just amazing this round. Like it was so good. Like, seriously, I was amazing this round.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I killed a guy right away as soon as we spawned in. I just picked up a crummy little pipe pistol or whatever was at hand, and I killed some guy. And then we got farther into the round, and we were hiding in the car park in Morgantown, and there was a guy in the bushes, and I killed him, and I was really proud. And we were planning to leave from the other doorway, like where the cars would come in and out of the parking garage. And I walked over there, and some guy was creeping up behind Archon, and I yelled to warn him, but before he could turn around, I had already killed the guy. And I did so good. I just wasted all these guys, and we won the match. We were first place. I was really proud of myself. And then the next match happened.
We should also preface, if this is the story you're about to tell,
Mm-hmm.
the challenge of. No, this was a different night, Shaline.
Was it
because
a
the
different
challenge was
night?
yeah, because the challenge was to kill someone.
Oh, so this was the next night. This was the next
night.
day. Okay.
Yes, but you were fantastic that round.
I was incredible. Like it was just amazing.
I saw you step out of a doorway, turn to your left with a 50 cal. There's a dude there, and you went bat 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 bat, and he dropped. Like it was just
15 rounds directly into
didn't
his
even care.
chest. Didn't miss with
you
a single round.
you're just like done. But no, the challenge was to kill another person in Nuclear Winter.
Yes.
And Archon and I had gotten ours in the previous match because we finished off the last two guys and got Overseer. Because we did get Overseer that first match. And so we're like, all right, we need to get Shaline. We need to help Shaline get to this challenge. And I said as a joke, wouldn't it be funny if if we were so good that we found another player and just like shot him up a bit and went like, okay, Shaline, clean him up. Like, because
You
usually
could just
in Battle Royales, you
wound
don't
him.
have that option.
Yes.
Yeah, we could wound him and let one of our other friends pick him off.
So
And yeah, go ahead.
So, our first match, we always spawn in at golf course. This is our second match, so we spawned in at the penitentiary, which is our tradition. Our second spawn is always penitentiary. We spawned in at penitentiary, and it was not as spicy as it usually is. It was just us, and there was one other guy, and that one other guy was a little distance away from us. So we assumed he was going to probably just run away, because he was facing a full team at penitentiary. So I was doing some looting. The guys were doing some looting. We were keeping an eye out for this other guy because he was close enough to be a threat. But we didn't know where he was. And I was just walking along, and I started getting shot. And I called out that I was being shot. And Rick said, "There he is. There he is." And I turned to the right, and I see this very frightening man in a ghillie suit leaping over a crate with a gun. And so I just started shooting this man with everything I had. I just started blasting. I started shooting. I was so scared. My heart rate was up. There was adrenaline. And I hear Rick say, "Shaline, that's me."
So, from my perspective, I've got a submachining gun, and I hop up on this crate, right? And yeah, Shaline's like, I'm getting hit, and I look, and I see the dude, and I'm like, there he is, whap, 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 and his health is like real close to being dead, and I'm like, haha, Shaline, get him, he's all yours. And
She's like,
she
click.
just And I see her on my screen, and she just whips and turns at me because she's running in his direction, like she's facing him. And then she whips and turns and goes, and just lights me up.
That's me.
And I'm like, what? And like, meanwhile, the dude is standing there watching. He didn't
stopped
run.
shooting.
He just
He was
stopped
just-
shooting
and
and watched.
Finally,
You're such a
after
Magoo.
Rick told me that I was shooting him, I turned around and there was the guy. He was just standing there at rest, just holding his gun, just
He's just
standing
like-
there watching us like, what is happening here? And I shot him and killed him. But it was
Hey, that's a pretty good tactic, actually.
Yeah, it's what we realized. We're like, maybe he was just flabbergasted.
Like maybe if you like engage your teammates and then be like, just kidding. Ba, 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 ba.
I wondered
It
if
was
he
so
thought
funny.
maybe we were on two different teams and he was just gonna fight the winner. I don't know. but
it was hysterical.
I put like a whole clip into Rick. Like
yeah, because like again, from my perspective, like I'm watching her run towards the dude, so I'm like, how can she not? And she whips and just like, luckily there's no friendly fire. So like as I was yelling,
Oh, you would
like,
have
my
been
wife
so mad.
my wife downstairs was yelling because she thought I was mad at you, and I was just more so like shock and surprise and laughter. And I was like, no, there's no friendly fire, so I didn't care. I just didn't want her. I didn't want you to die. Like I didn't want
You
him
were
to just open up on you.
flabbergasted. You were so shocked. You were so shocked.
Sounds like you guys had a great time.
It was so
Oh, of course.
dumb.
We
It
always
was
do.
really dumb. It was really dumb. We've also been playing Left 4 Dead 2 on Sundays. We've been streaming our way through that campaign. We played the first mission in the mall last Sunday. It was a lot of fun. Rick and Archon and I have been playing that. I like to play as Coach. I feel like I'm safer as Coach because he's very large and intimidating. Plus, he has some of the funniest dialogue, in my opinion. I really like Coach's dialogue. And that's been a lot of fun. It's much more chaotic than I remember it being. And I've been really enjoying it. So we're streaming that on Sundays. I'm posting the videos on YouTube if you missed those. And that's pretty much all the games that I've been playing lately. I really need to make some time for some other games. But Fallout Fallout has owned my life lately. So
Did you end up getting A Way Out?
I did not. I have that on Xbox, but I haven't picked it up on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah, is it still on sale?
I hope so. I
Yeah.
picked it up.
Yeah, you still want to stream it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll grab it. So, yeah.
If it's on sale. If it's not on sale, then add it to your wish list and we'll wait till the next time it goes on sale.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
But yeah, it's like 70% off yesterday.
Mhm.
So if you guys haven't picked it up, check it out. A Way Out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I played through
70% off.
most of it on Xbox with my mom. We never did finish it. It's a fantastic game. It really is good. So,
Okay, so I fired up the sim and we found the airport that Shaline is talking about. It's there.
so it's this tiny little airport. I work in a tiny little town in the local government there. We have a small airport. It is barely worth calling an airport. You can fit a very small plane at this airport.
Yeah, it's really just prop planes, little planes, maybe some jets. I'm not sure.
And there it
Probably not.
is. I'm shocked that it's there. Is the hangar there? Does it have the hangar?
Probably. I'd have to
Oh,
load
okay,
into it.
okay.
Yeah, but I need the ICO for that. I have the ICO code. Let me look up. Shoot.
That is so great.
It's pretty great, isn't it? Yeah.
What is the code? Like 3?
Holy smokes!
things
There
long?
it is. There it is.
Uh,
Yeah, that's us. That's our number that we use for the funding. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe that is our little airport right there. Wow. Well, you have
yeah,
you have
it's
me to
there.
thank for that little airport.
your
vendor.
airport is also there, Rick.
That is so
Really?
crazy.
Yeah, it's also there.
That is
That's
so
hilarious.
crazy.
Fly there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look
was
at that.
fun.
That's funny.
Well,
I'm telling you guys, they're all
Did that at
there.
airport
I'm
again.
impressed. I am impressed. I am impressed.
Me too.
Well, I think that we should close down this podcast so you can go fly to these airports, check them out in person. And yeah, I think that's a show. Guys, join us next week for that Fallout show right here on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. And Survival Horror Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Rick and Archon and I will pick up where we left off in Left 4 Dead 2. And of course, as always, follow Vendor on Vendortron, twitch.tv/Vendortron. He streams pretty regularly there. Vendor, why don't you tell us a little bit about your streams?
Yeah, my schedule right now is Saturday to Tuesday. So Saturday, Sunday mornings, now Sunday evenings as well. Monday evening and Tuesday evening. But I'm thinking that I might change my schedule because if I don't get funding for my PhD research this year, I'm going to be in a tight spot. So I was thinking maybe ramping up my streaming and taking in subs and donos through that to sort of supplement, but we'll see.
Right.
So if that happens, it'll be probably 2 to 6 p.m. daily.
Okay.
Throughout the week, and then Saturday, Sunday mornings or something. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
yeah. I got some new emotes though, and they're awesome.
They're so good. They're
Yeah,
so good.
people have been spamming the chat all night with them, and I love it. The emotes were made by Jade Someone. She's a lovely, lovely lady that I met through Sea of Thieves, and we play a lot of games together now. She's adorable. I love her. So
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That is lovely, Vendor. Thank you for sharing. And if you would like to email the show, you can send those emails to info@wejustlovegames.com, info@wejustlovegames.com. Find us on Twitter. The show is We Just Love Games. I am Shaline L. Rick is Rick McVick. He's not really on Twitter anymore, though, but you can still follow him. Vendortron is Vendortron N.
I'm going to unfollow you.
Do it. I don't care. Whatever.
Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/We Just Love Games. Join the group at facebook.com/groups/We Just Love Games. Join our Discord server. You can find that link on the Twitch page, whether or not we are live. That link is there. Alternately, you can just send any of us a message on social media, except for Rick on Twitter, and we will get you a link to our Discord. We record the show live every Friday. Well, every other Friday. We have a show every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. You can find the recorded versions on YouTube, the audio version on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio. What's the other thing called? Spotify?
Spotify,
yeah. All kinds of places. If
Stitcher?
we're not on your platform of choice, let us know, and we will see if we can make that happen. Like, subscribe, review the shows. It helps us a ton. Thank you so much for listening. Does anybody have a last word? Rick, do you have a last word?
Bye.
Oh, I'm frozen on the camera.
Bye, everyone. We love you.